do understand that you like to do that. I don't like to listen ahead of time. I want to watch it myself for my own opinions.
You want to watch what happens live.
Yeah, I do want to watch what happens live, and I want to go to bravotv.com for more. But I want to form my own opinions. I'm a little worried. I don't want to be swayed because he said something and then me take it a different way.
Yeah. Well, I feel that Danny's opinions are always the correct opinion.
Yeah, they're pretty close.
For me.
Yeah, they're pretty spot on.
They're pretty spot on.
Yeah,
so
I get that.
Do we want to talk about your pink hair?
Yeah. Sure.
It's not giving us pink on this video.
Well, that's because I've been rained on for 2 days straight and the acid has stripped it out of my hair.
And I think this is shining down on it. Look at it.
Oh, yeah.
So our neon sign here is glowing onto your hair.
Yeah.
So it almost looks mermaid.
Yeah, it's giving cotton candy.
It's giving mermaid.
Giving Zendaya.
Yes.
From Greatest Showman.
So when are you're just going to ride this out for a little bit?
I don't know. So what happens is we bleach the roots. And then almost my whole head is white, except for the ends are still purple. It doesn't crawl down the hair follicle on the longer pieces. See how that's purple on the end, y'all?
Yes.
YouTubers, all 9 of you,
yeah.
thank you.
Oh, for subscribers. Oh, I found out real quick. You have to get to 4,000 subscribers to start making money.
Ugh.
Because my friend Kristin, who does like furniture, like DIYs and stuff, she has a great channel. She works so hard. She just hit 4,000, which means now she can run ads and start making money.
Okay.
And I'm like, we're only 3,900 away.
Are we, how many subscribers do we have?
I think we're at like 115.
115. Okay. And I'm trying to grow our Facebook page. We have 92 on our Facebook.
But like, are people using Facebook?
And I can tell you, not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a lot are using Facebook, but I'm still trying to grow it because
I appreciate that.
Thank you. Because also you can do those groups on Facebook.
True.
You know how people have like their own pages and their own communities and stuff?
You're right.
Like, I think Sister Studio. I think I think that who's another girl that oh my gosh, I can't believe I just blanked when I was saying it. But or like Tales of an Educated Debutante.
Yes.
They have their Facebook pages that they grew really big when people were on Facebook. They started a private community and they can now charge for those people too. They can have these separate like $5 girlies, $10 people. And it's just a great place to be able to say, here's the link to our new episode. It kind of acts like a newsletter of sorts.
Yes, I do like that. And I like having, again, it's like what I was saying last week, where it's the people that are in on the joke.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And they want somewhere where they can talk back and forth with people about it.
Yes, that's what it is. It's the people that get the big inside joke. Even Heather has like the Heather 911. Yeah.
And all that to say is a member of Heather 911.
Of course it is.
And so anytime that I can go plug us and it's relevant, I do on Heather 911.
Heather liked my comment on her page the other day on her Instagram.
Oh, great. What was it
She
about?
posted, and I just happened to see it straight away. You know, sometimes you see, and it's like 2 minutes ago. And it was the podcast episode she just did with that other comedian.
Oh, yeah. Angela Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Neil. Beautiful Neil.
Neil.
Yep.
I listened to it was so weird. I listened to it that day, and then I happened to see right when they posted about it. So I commented, I was one of the first ones, and said, I loved this episode. Such a good episode for women chasing their dreams. And just like grinding and trying really hard to make something happen. Yeah. Part of it's the hard work, and part of it is just fate, right? And
who you know.
And who you
Luck.
know. It is. And so it was
is.
really cool to hear both of them talk through it. And so that's kind of the gist of my comment, and Heather liked it.
Oh, we love that.
So I was happy about that.
Okay, I love
So that means she saw the handle All That To Say podcast.
She did, and she is going to buy ours.
Yes. So I feel really good about that.
Thank you for putting it out there.
Guess what else is going on?
What going on?
We're going to get back to your hair in just a second.
Oh, it's okay. I'm over.
No, I want to. I want to.
I forgot we started.
We did. Somehow my brain just pinged right back to it. But Matt is on a new AI journey. I just want all you guys to know that season 3 of All That To Say is coming.
Okay.
And there's going to be some hot fire changes happening.
Okay.
Thanks to the AI.
Great.
So I'm very excited about that.
Was it Lachlan, the picture that you posted?
Yes.
Lachlan, I was like.
Oh, wait. That one was Tristan as a knight.
Okay.
But we did Lachlan like in the Hogwarts castle.
Okay, great.
We did Tinsley as Slytherin. We did Lachlan as like an old peasant child and the village was burning in the background. We were dying. We did Tristan as the president in the Oval Office. I can't even tell you. So we have done several of you.
Okay, great. Am I a firefighter?
And we haven't done that yet, but you know I will. But it's the best. And so anyway, he's continuing on the journey. I'm very excited.
So maybe we don't even need to get photographs. We just need to have AI do it.
We kind of don't have to get photographs.
Does this need to be plugged in anywhere?
I
just see it sitting
no.
there. I just want to make sure that this random cord that's not plugged in.
We don't.
Is it for this thing?
I think so, but we don't need that.
Okay, just making sure.
We used to need this, but now we don't anymore.
Okay, good. I just wanted to double check.
Yeah. You can hear yourself.
Yeah.
You're talking. I'm talking.
Okay. I looked down, I saw it unplugged, and I didn't want to.
You never know here at all that to say what's
all that
happening.
You say.
All that you say. Okay, back to the hair.
Yeah, so we usually bleach the roots, and y'all had heard me say a couple episodes ago, I just don't want to bleach. I hate it so much. And so what had happened is Miranda, Lindsay Pizzuti, had posted on her stories that she had an opening this week at like 1:30 or something one day. And I know what that means. That doesn't mean for my level of hair.
Not for 4 hours.
No, it's not a 4-hour appointment. But I wrote her anyway and said, if all you did was bleach me,
please,
then could I fit into that 1:30?
Yes.
And she said, let me look. So she needed to see who was after, who was before. And it ended up that Tiffany with Confetti Castle was before me.
So it's perfect.
So she was like, you can come a little towards the end of hers.
Yes.
And then, come out 1. She should be done by then. But if you want to come even a little bit earlier, come a little bit earlier. And so there was enough time for her to bleach my roots.
Yes.
So I walked out of there like purple, white, and wet.
Yeah.
Just soaking wet.
Just soaking. So you did the pink.
There was enough time to rinse and then dry off.
Yeah.
Wring out. And I was like, peace.
Oh my gosh.
So then what we usually do, what she does a lot of times in her bowl is she puts down pink before my purple.
Yeah.
Because my purple likes to pull blue.
It does.
It likes to pull blue. But if we put the the pink down first, it helps manage some of that blue.
Keeps it a little warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when she's doing it, she can just like kind of throw the pink on, rinse it out real quick. I sit down, the purple goes right on. But since I was doing it myself when I got home, I put the purple on, massaged it all through really good, and it was taking so quickly because it's a light pink on white hair.
Yeah.
So it was taking very, very quickly. And as I was sitting there, I mean, it was so pink in the front by the time I'm still trying to pink my white in my back.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, I think I'm pot committed here. I don't think it's going to just be like a faint pink.
A whisper
underneath.
of a baby
Yes.
pink.
No, it's like this is going pink. So now I need to let this all sit for about 5 minutes just to give this a chance
to try to match.
Try to match.
Yeah.
And so by the time I rinsed it out, I was like, wait a minute. This might be kind of cute with it ombre.
With it ombre down to purple.
And I thought for Valentine's Day, it could be kind of cute.
But now you feel like it's fading because of the rain?
I've been literally drenched for 2 days straight.
So rainy. We are looking at the rain.
It's pouring rain.
Thank God we have these lights. When I came in here.
Oh, I forgot to move him back in tighter. Hold on.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Hello,
hang on.
darkness,
my old friend.
I've
come to walk with you again.
We got to get it real tight because it's so
dark
today.
So dark.
And I am not,
This actually reminds me.
I know a lot of things, but I focus on the good light.
Yes, you do. And last week, I think that you noticed it. So while we were...
What? Did I?
While we were recording, you were right in the middle of something very important. And I was listening to you tell it. And it was very sunny. And a sunbeam.
Yes.
Do you remember
Couldn't stop focusing on it.
A sunbeam, y'all, had somehow come through this window, which has ne'er happened before.
Nair.
Nay.
Nan.
Or ne'er.
Or nair.
It came through. And so she's talking to me, and I'm looking at her.
I was trying to figure out where is it beaming off of, and I think sun was beaming off of
you're right.
Picture frame.
It was off of a picture frame.
I think it was Tammy Sue.
Yeah.
And Nikki and Vicky nailed me to the cross, Gunvalson.
I think you're right.
And it hit it and it went boom. And it's just like.
But I was concerned. So I didn't want to stop you in the middle of this important moment. But I also was thinking, this is going to trigger a migraine.
I know.
I know lights can do that to you. So I was in this, I'm listening to you, but in my mind, I'm going, do I tell her to move? Do I pause everything because a migraine's going to come? We have to record 2 more things. Like, a lot was happening for me, but you handled it like a pro.
Thank you. Dude, I was dodging it.
You were.
But
I
was
dodging it.
I was just moving, trying to sit lower, up higher, to the left, to the right, but also stay as close to the microphone as possible. So thank you for noticing what a pro I am.
Yes, you are a pro.
At this podcasting game, a level of nirvana, some would say.
You are a survivor.
And a thriver.
And a thriver.
I'm a survivor. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to work harder.
We could sing that at karaoke. Let's
That's
tell
a
them
good
about
one.
karaoke.
Okay, I'll add it to Spotify, you guys. And I am doing such a good job adding all of our songs.
I'm
and
very proud.
I want people to know that you can go to that podcATTS playlist. It is saved in, I started a new highlight bubble on our Instagram page.
Oh, good.
I don't know if I called it MVPs or info or whatever.
Okay.
But it's frequently asked questions of us. Not skincare, not the big O.
Yeah.
But just like, hey, how do I get to this? Or how do I get to that? And so our podcATTS playlist link to Spotify or on Spotify is in that highlight bubble.
Okay,
On all that to say
great.
_podcast.
And she's updating week to week to week.
Yeah, and I'm updating them every single episode. So even the ones from, did we sing on the clutter today? Did we sing on today's clutter?
Well, I said
I can't remember.
It's giving Miranda Lambert. I did say that, but I can't remember if we sang a song.
I don't think so. But whatever we sang on part 1 and part 2 of Tummy Troubles, which people love those episodes.
They sure did.
They love those episodes.
And it all just strung together on its own.
Beautifully.
We, as you know, there are no show notes. I never know what we're going to talk about. I don't know how to describe this podcast to people who ask about it because what do I say? Yeah, we're talking about toilet paper. We're talking about Princess Kate's surgeries. Like I just
it was all tummy related.
All tummy adjacent.
Even when you go to the bathroom.
When I go to the bathroom.
That's your tummy.
That's the tummy. You showing your stomach. That's the tummy.
Princess Kate having a stomach surgery.
That's the tummy.
King Charles : close enough.
Close enough.
Close enough.
So you're welcome is what I'm trying to say.
So we have a common thread just going all throughout.
I'm so
and it's
glad.
perfectly planned and not.
Yes, I'm so glad people loved those episodes.
I know, they were very funny.
Okay, now y'all, I did post, I think some.
I need an update. What? Did you try on a pair of jeans without underwear?
Oh, I haven't yet. I haven't put on any jeans. I have not put on jeans since we recorded that. A jean skirt.
Of course. Not the same. You're free lipping.
You could just let that be free. There's no seams in sight.
No. And if your jean skirt is giving you a jean jamming seam situation, then that's not how it's supposed to fit.
No.
Nay.
Nair. Mine will ne'er fit like that.
Okay, so go ahead.
You guys, so I had posted to our page, I think I did, that we did some karaoke. Mm-hmm. We had told y'all we were going to go do this. Then I put some little quick receipts on the stories.
Yeah, every time.
Every time. That was good.
So good.
Is that the first one you got up there with me to sing?
Yeah.
And did that change your life?
It did. Yeah.
Okay, so let the people know what you feel now.
Okay, so what the people are going to say is they're going to say, no, I remember you talking about singing Show Yourself at Lauren Palmer's birthday party with Morgan.
Yeah.
But let me remind you, I was shaking, trembling, physically shaking.
You were.
I didn't want to. I had to be pulled. And even the first verse, Morgan's like holding me up because I'm so nervous to sing in front of these people and to say anything and to sound like an idiot and yada, yada, yada.
Which no one would take you for that kind of girl. It's so funny to me.
I know, but I only knew a handful of people at that party. Those
I know,
were
but
Lauren
even
Palmer's
so,
people.
You're outspoken. You're outgoing. You can do anything in front of a crowd. I just think people are very surprised by that.
I know, but I don't know if that group knew that about me.
But wait, did you say you had some kind of trauma from when you were a kid?
Yes, and guess who? You'll have to remind me if I've told this story here on this podcast, but Lauren Pruitt, you know who you are, Lauren Pruitt. She's gone to school with me my whole life through Catholic school all the way up.
Okay.
And she said to me, she watched our stories about the karaoke and me talking about, like, I just don't really do this. It's uncomfortable for me. And she was like, isn't it because of the whole thing that happened in 3rd or 4th grade at St. Anne's? And I was like, yes. Oh, my gosh.
I don't know this. You've never told this? What?
Okay.
Oh, no.
Yes. Yes. Something happened, and then I never sang in front of people again.
Oh, my gosh. What?
All right, y'all. So here's another famous Miranda story and famous Mary Thomas story.
Oh, Mary.
Okay.
Mary, quite contrary.
Sure is. So in 3rd grade, she's already right now going to be listening. I can tell you, my mom listens on her walks in the morning, and she just goes, "Oh God, oh Jesus Christ,
Here we go again."
Oh God, what's Miranda gonna say about me now? Another mothering moment for me. Another pro mother moment. Mom, it's okay. It's fine because you taught me a really good life lesson. And I think I followed through on it ever since.
Okay, great.
Basically, there was a 3rd grade performance at St. Anne's School. So if you went to St. Anne's with me, and some of y'all did, you know what happened. But we were all lined up on the risers, as you used to do in the school, performances. And it was the spring
Extravaganza.
concert.
Yeah, concert.
And Billy Wilkinson and Michael Hofling,
Ooh.
they were standing, I believe, on each side of me.
Okay.
And I want to say Mrs. Jansen. John Jansen. It was John Jansen's mother, Mrs. Jansen. No. So he, I actually think that the age would maybe be like his first wife.
Yeah, it would.
I think Mrs. Jansen, we're going to go with that, was the music teacher. And so she had picked several of us to have solos.
Okay.
And I believe it was Billy Wilkinson's job to hand me. Mikey Hofling had one microphone, and Billy Wilkinson had the other microphone. And one of them was supposed to hand me the extra long microphone.
Okay.
Because my job, I was selected as a soloist.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're in 3rd grade. It's not like you're
But
like a
still,
stellar singer.
Yeah, they're not going to pick some crap singer.
No, but they're going to pick a performer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I am.
You are nothing if not a performer.
Yeah, thank you. So I was chosen for a solo to go down the middle of the aisle in this huge auditorium and sing to the people sitting on the ends of the rows.
This is giving like Sister Act.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was one of my favorite movies.
You're sashaying down the aisle is what you're doing.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I will follow him wherever he may go. Ooh, there isn't a you know what? You know. And then, so I was supposed to go out and I'm going to sing to all the parents, sing it. So we practiced it. Everything went well. Billy Wilkinson handed me the extra long microphone. I made it down the aisle, turned around, came back, joined my class, and we had the big finale.
Okay.
Right? And it was the final song. And it was called Have a Good Day.
Okay.
All right? And so here comes the big performance. We have done all the songs. Here comes the finale. I walk to the front with the 2 boys, and Mikey Hofling hands me his microphone. I believe instead of Billy Wilkinson handing me his microphone.
No.
And I start to make it down the aisle.
Okay.
Have a good day. Make it worthwhile. Go out and show the world your smile. And
it cuts.
The cord breaks.
No.
Because I didn't get the extra long cord. I got the short cord, but I didn't know it popped and that it stopped hearing me. And I just kept going down the aisle, still trying to sing, have a good day, make it worthwhile. And all the parents are looking at me like, oh, she doesn't know. And I turn around and the kids are laughing. The 3rd graders are laughing. Some of the audience is laughing.
No.
Yes.
It's giving the clown laugh that we've talked about.
You know what else it's giving? Which I cannot stand this scene in Home Alone
2. And Home Alone 2. As you started to tell it, I said this is giving Kevin McAllister.
I'm triggered.
It is 100%. They're on the risers. They're all packed in together, and he gets embarrassed by his brother.
And I always say, Adults would never laugh at children like
No,
this.
the adults should never have started. And it's his freaking uncle that really starts
he's
laughing.
Such a dick. I hate that
I
man.
hate that
And
uncle.
I don't say hate often,
We
but
don't.
I hate that man.
I dearly, deeply, truly, madly, deeply
dislike
that.
And why? Because he's mean to kids.
He's mean to kids,
Don't
but
do
he
that.
starts laughing so that all the adults are laughing, all the kids are laughing. An entire room of people is laughing at Kevin.
And I said, people wouldn't really do this. And then I think back to that 3rd grade play, that 3rd grade spring performance.
And all those kids were laughing at you?
Kids were laughing because they were just giggling. They're 3rd graders, but they were giggling at the fact that I didn't know it had stopped. So nothing's coming over the speakers anymore. And I turn around and I look at everybody and I bolt.
Oh, no.
Oh, I bolt. I run. I run out of the auditorium.
You ran out?
Oh, I just dropped the microphone and I ran out of the auditorium to a hallway.
No.
Oh,
I want to hug little you.
I know. It was, I didn't know what to do. I panicked and I ran out.
You know, I'm mad at the kid that as soon as that thing popped, the kid with the long microphone
Could have just ran it to me.
should have immediately gone, oh crap, this is my fault. And he should have just ran it down to you. Where is he?
I don't know where Billy Wilkinson is, but I know where Mikey Hofling is because Mikey Hofling ended up getting PSLs just 2 rows in front of my parents. And so we had to see each other at many a Panther game.
Did y'all ever talk about this?
Oh, we've talked about it. We also went to prom my junior year.
You went with him.
The
guy that gave you the short cord.
Loved him forever. I had, after all of this, I still had a deep, humongous crush on Mikey Hofling, and all throughout school, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th grade comes, he asked me to prom, and I think, this is it. This is the start of our love story.
This is my husband.
This is going to be my husband, and maybe people will have rumors and nastiness. Yeah. And he didn't kiss me on prom night.
Oh. No. So what was the deal with him asking? Did he ever give context? Like,
maybe it wasn't
let's go as friends. Like, did he say?
No, maybe it was like, sorry about the microphone cord. I'll take you to prom.
Okay, it might have been. It might have been.
It was like a makeup call in football. You know,
well, I want to know where Billy is. And
not sure.
I
haven't thought about Billy Wilkinson in a really long time, and something tells me maybe he didn't even go to Charlotte Catholic with us because, like, I haven't seen him at reunions or anything like that.
Okay, so maybe he ended up moving.
He could have easily have moved. I have not thought or seen or anything, but yeah, I see obviously a lot of my high school peeps because we grew up here. But I see Mikey often enough at Panthers games.
Okay, so you run out, and then what?
So I run out and I'm crying in the hallway. I'm so embarrassed. I'm mortified. I don't know what to do. I do not want to go back in there. And I just feel like I'll stay out here until they decide that this is ruined.
Yeah.
And the song doesn't need to be continued.
Yeah.
I can't hear anyone singing from there. And so I just think, I'll wait it out. I'll wait it out in one of these spooky St. Anne's hallways. And instead, I hear Miranda Catherine Thomas. and I look, and here comes Mary.
Click clacking down the hall.
Yep,
under the flickering fluorescent lights of St. Anne's.
You know it. Under all the priests hanging on the wall in pictures, not their bodies.
Not dead hanging bodies.
Yeah, like in picture form, you know. Just all those priests have passed.
Yeah.
Looking down on all the little kiddos. And thank you. Picking up what I'm putting down. And she comes and
she has a word.
And I'm like, Mom.
You think she's there for comfort. She was there not for comfort.
She was there for a teachable moment. She was there for a teachable moment.
What did she say?
She said, you finish what you start.
That's hard to hear.
Sure is.
That's hard to hear when you're
a 3rd grader.
8 years old.
They started me young. I was probably 7.
Yeah, you were probably 7.
7. Yeah, it was, we finish what we start in this family. So you're going to head back out there.
No.
you're going to head back out into that auditorium and you're going to go to Mrs. Jansen and you are going to ask for the correct microphone. And you are going to say, can we redo this song and finish this correctly?
Oh. Did you do that?
Do you say no to Mary?
That's what you did?
Yeah.
Mary?
I went back in that auditorium.
I'm shocked.
I went up to the music teacher who was like sitting at the piano. All the kids were still just standing there and said, I'm still crying. And I said, my mom told me that I have to finish this song. So can I have the extra long microphone? And and she goes, sure. And she hands it to me and she starts to play it again. And she says, kids, we're going to sing it again. And I'm walking down the aisle going, have a nice day. Make it worthwhile. Show the world your smile. And I'm going back and forth. And the parents this time are looking at me even more horrified than they were before. Like, they've made this child do this. Mary Thomas made this child do this. And I did. And I finished the whole damn song and I went back.
You
and
sobbed your way through it.
And I stood on the riser and said, thanks for coming to the Sadie and Spring performance.
I don't have words for this. I am unwell.
And guess how much recollection I have of this.
This explains so much.
0.
Yeah, you blocked it out.
Blocked, done. I only know because of people telling me it.
People have told you.
I can barely remember, like, okay, I know what I looked like at that age because we have pictures of it. And if I went back, I don't even know if St. Anne still has the same auditorium or not.
I wonder if you went back. Would it
jog?
If
I were to go back, would it jog something? Maybe maybe we need an ATTS field trip of all the places in Charlotte.
We need all the places in Charlotte that you have forgotten.
That I've had to block out because of terrible things or memories or whatever. And I know that this sounds very harsh. I know that people are going to say, Mary should have never made you do this. But I tell you what, I finish what I start.
You do.
But
then you did never want to sing on a mic again.
Never sang on a mic again, was never in a choir again.
Yeah, so you never, after that, would want to even be chosen for the school solo.
God, no. Absolutely not.
And isn't it interesting that Jackie then became the singer?
Yeah, she loves to sing. She's always loved to sing. My brother loves to sing. So, yeah, they did choir and musicals and everything. I never tried out for a single musical. I never touched a single thing.
So, even though you blocked this out of your mind, it's still deep, deep down stuck with you.
Trembling fear of singing in front of people.
We are unpacking trauma.
Trauma
here.
Trauma.
All that to say. Know that.
Yeah. This was deep. Now, again, it's something that I'd have to follow up with my mom and be like, did you at least hug me in the hallway?
I want to know.
Or did you just walk up and yank? Like, let me tell you what's about to happen here.
It's tough. I put myself in that position. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
If that was Tinsley.
Yes.
I mean, gosh, I'll say this. And we say this about Tinsley even now. She is a very strong-minded kiddo in the sense that, like, she does not cry easily. And I don't know why that is, but she just doesn't. I mean, Tinsley came out with her judgmental face, like, just staring at me. You know, it took a lot to get her to smile. And
she also couldn't see. We did unpack.
Yeah, we did unpack it. She couldn't see. But she's always just kind of had a more where she can just, like, if you were to ever play the game with her, like, who's going to blink first or make me laugh, like, she's always going to win that game.
Yeah.
She's just good at it.
Yeah.
So if this were to happen to her and she were to run out actually crying and making her crying face, it would just shatter my heart because I so rarely ever have seen her real cry face. And so I don't know if I could make her. I think I may have to pull a Hugh Grant in Love Actually. Where is that the movie? What's the movie where, like, they get on stage with the kiddo? Like, you stand next to them. Would Mary maybe have stood next to you and held your hand and walked down the aisle with you? You know what I'm saying?
The only movie I can think of where someone goes on stage with the kid is the Charlie Day and the girl, I don't give a about you.
Oh, yes.
But I don't know what that is.
I know what maybe that's crossing in my mind. The wires are crossing. But I'm thinking, like, maybe that's what I would have done. Go back with Tinsley, hold her hand, you know, and say, let's try to finish this for the program.
Kristen's like, give me that mic.
And a 5 5, 6, 7, 8.
Whereas my mom wasn't singing, and this is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to say about this. My mom doesn't sing in front of people either.
She doesn't.
And Mary, hear me say this because I don't know if I've said it to you. I hope that I have. But we would be in church and my mom would be singing and I'd be like, stop singing. You don't sound good.
Oh.
That's not nice.
That's not nice.
That's cruel. I don't know why I did that.
Well, because kids do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I can tell you a dozen things I did that were stupid
but
like that.
now, if my kids were to say
that's
that
true.
to me,
You would shut it down.
It hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
That's not nice to do.
Yeah.
And like sometimes Lily, I'll joke with her because if we're singing, she doesn't ever tell me to stop singing or that I have a bad voice or anything, but she'll be like, Mom, you don't know the lyrics. Like you need to know the lyrics because Lily can memorize a song like this.
Yeah.
Like you.
Yes. Memorize a song.
She knows all the lyrics.
All the
So
lyrics.
she'll be like, if you're going to sing out loud, you have to know the lyrics.
Yeah.
And even that, I'll be like, don't tell me what to do. I can sing whatever I want.
The joy of the Lord is in your heart, and
Thank
it's
you.
bursting forth out of your lips.
Obviously from the Lord. And so I would say that I now look back and I'm like, that was so cruel, the R. Cruel of me to say.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have. And I'm really sorry about that.
Aw.
And so just like mom singing me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's all mixed up, but mom, I'm very sorry for saying that to you as a kid. And if I haven't apologized before, here's a public apology on this here podcast.
That's
in the year of our Lord.
It's on the record.
Yep.
Wait, so maybe. Now, when were you saying these things to your mom?
Probably I thought that at church that Sunday I said
Okay,
it.
so maybe this was her way of being like,
Oh.
okay. You think I can't sing? Well, you're going to march back down to the choir teacher and you're going to sing it again. So this might have been
disguised as a teachable moment.
Yeah,
No.
I'm just saying Mary might have been like, okay, tit for tat.
You say one more time that I can't sing and let me show you. I don't know why I would say that. That just wasn't nice and I don't like it. And
but again, like you can't. Again, kids do and say really stupid stuff.
Yeah.
I could tell you so many things that I know I said to people or commented on that were just harsh and rude.
Yeah.
But kids do that.
But I'm ashamed. And so even the other night, okay, so that's the story. St. Anne's, spring. It was bad.
All that to say.
Yeah.
If you, listener, need to untangle trauma from a singing event, then you need to come sing karaoke with me.
That's what I was going to say.
Come with me.
Because Kristin got a private room at Soul Meat.
Yes.
So, they do the karaoke rooms, like when you go to the Philippines or Korea or anything like that, they are known for having these karaoke places and you get a private room and then you can sing to your heart's content.
Yeah, you're singing with your friends.
With
so
your
you're
people.
not in a whole bar full of 100 people who don't know you.
Right.
You really can just be with your people and go crazy.
And if you're stupid or sound terrible,
it doesn't matter.
They're not going to make fun of it. And if they are, it's all in good fun because they love you.
Yes.
And so that's what's so great about Soul. But I've been to multiple
have.
ones at Soul, and I still don't think I've sang in them. If I have, it was like in a group, like we did with Gangster's Paradise.
Yeah.
Or
where you can kind of blend into the background.
Yeah, or I'm just sitting down on the booth, like someone's handing it over and it's like, sing the verse. And I'm like, or people are so drunk, I know that they won't remember it. They're all blackout that they won't remember. Or maybe I black out and I won't remember. And who cares?
Yeah.
But to actually I had not drank a sip.
No.
Kristin.
We had just
Kristin's
gotten there.
Good at the controls. And she said, like, this is for the podcast.
Yeah. Every time. It was right there. Because here's what I was doing. I would push A and I'd see what pops up when I push A. Anything we know? Let's go to B. So when I went to B, right at the beginning, Britney Spears popped up. And I was like, oh, let's look at Brit. Sure enough, every time. And I said,
yep.
It
had to do it.
It has to be. We just went through this on the podcast. Come on, Miranda, let's go.
And she had asked me walking in, are you going to sing? And I was like, no. And then she said, okay. And then she played every time. And because she said, we have to do this. This is for the podcast. Y'all know I'll do anything for the podcast.
You will. You'll do anything for these podcats.
And
for the podcast. Mm-hmm. And you did it. And you stood up.
Yep.
And y'all, karaoke, it's not that serious.
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep. Everyone is also singing along.
Yeah.
That's something that I think people don't realize. Usually people are singing very recognizable songs. And so everybody in the crowd, whether that's a whole bar or your private room, everybody's singing along.
You're right.
I am.
Yeah, I am.
Someone might be up there trying to have their big moment. I'm singing with you. Sorry.
Oh, I'm belting it out at the table. I'm just never going to go up on the mic.
Right.
I'm sweating now talking about it.
So there's no difference.
No.
And to me, I mean, there was no dead silence in the room that night. I said, if someone's not going to get up, then I'll just sing another song.
That's right.
Okay, who's going to be next? Nobody? Okay, I'll sing another song. We paid for the room. We are here to have fun. The time is ticking away. We only have an hour left. We're going to sing the song.
Yes.
And you did great.
Thank you so much.
So we have started a thing here. A monster has been born.
Yes.
And she is now a karaoke queen.
I now realize how enjoyable it can be.
So fun.
And everyone, you're looking at the crowd and they're all smiling.
Yes.
So big. And they're singing along. Like you said, no one is paying that much attention.
They're not. No one is expecting you to sing a ballad or be Mariah Carey or any of this.
No.
So I loved, you had a lot of highlight moments. Yeah. I loved you singing with Brad, Oasis. Yeah. That was great.
Are we saying, yeah.
Y'all sang Oasis. And then all the ladies sang Gangster's Paradise.
And Kristin and I. Because Kristin knows every word to every song, but she knows the harmony, the melody, and she's knowing the background vocals. Yeah. So, in Gangster's Paradise, living in a gangster's paradise. I've been spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise. So she starts doing that, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do that part with her.
Yeah, so we were the choir, and the other girls were doing the lyrics. So every time that chorus came, we would be the choir. It was phenomenal. It's one of my best karaoke performances ever.
Honestly, it was so good.
Good.
It was so funny and so good.
We needed our candle.
Because there's harmony and melody in that part too. So we were trying to hit both of those.
We were doing the harmony.
Y'all, it was so good.
It was giving everything you want in a karaoke performance. We had the best time, and the time flew by. We had the room for 2.5 hours, and it went by like that.
Flew by. Yes. So thank God, my parents, for their holiday party the next night, had hired a band that does live karaoke.
And so you felt confident going into Saturday night, knowing that you could do this, knowing that it's fun, and you did it.
My sister said, of course, like, hey, I'm going to get up there and sing. What should I sing type thing?
Yeah.
And I said, well, I would sing one with you, Jackie. And this is the second time, I think, in our lives, my sister and I have sang together. One other time was at BW3's a million years ago when we'd go to trivia nights, and they would do karaoke, I think in the middle or something like that. And she wanted to sing Sarah McLachlan, and I did the part, So she would be like, so you do that, I will remember.
I will remember you.
And that's what I sounded like. Because I was so terrified on the microphone, even just doing that. And then Jackie would be like, will you remember me? So we haven't stayed together since then.
So was she shocked when you said, I'm ready to do this?
Yeah, she was.
It's like the Rocky, like dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm running up the stairs.
You had your gloves on. I'm so proud of you.
And I said, I want to dance with somebody is a banger.
It's a banger. Everybody loves it. And everyone's going to be dancing to it while you sing. Again, no one cares. Plus, you had a live band. That's all going to be very loud.
They're doing background vocals.
Yeah, they were. They were doing background vocals for y'all.
Guitar, piano, drums came to me. 3 of them. So the 3 of them are in the background. The boys are singing background vocals. Jackie's going to carry it. I know that already.
She's going to carry, but you're going to be able to get up there and have a good time.
And I'm going to perform.
Yes.
And so a large part of my parents' company is also Hispanic.
Yeah.
And so before we went up, I looked up, despite 10 years of taking Spanish every day of my life in Catholic school, still can't speak a lick. So I look up, how do I say, we're going to sing I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. Get up and dance with us.
Oh, I love that you looked this up.
Looked it up. Also checked with one of the gals who had been interpreting during the night.
Yes.
During like my sister's speeches and stuff like that. And she was just like, yeah, you got it. And so got up on the mic and said it, and everybody got up.
Oh,
the whole company.
That gives me the chills.
Yeah.
I love that because it's just so inclusive to just be like, this is for everybody. And everybody knows Whitney Houston songs.
And they did.
It's for everyone. Across the world.
Yeah, apparently I didn't even need to say this because they were just like, we love Whitney Houston in English. So I didn't really need to, but I think it felt good.
Yes,
And
I love that.
just to try.
Just to try. You're putting in the effort, and effort is appreciated.
Yes.
When you're abroad, I'll say that. People in other countries.
I thought you.
No, not abroad. Not like a
female.
A female.
Like a strong female. Like when you're abroad, I was like, that's me.
When you're abroad. Here's my stogie. When you're abroad. When you are abroad.
Of course, when you're traveling abroad, I should have known better.
Of course. They appreciate the effort,
yes.
even if it is so bad and so choppy and incorrect. It's like, well, at least you're trying.
And that's people even, I do sign language. And so it's even if somebody just says to me, I know the alphabet. Well, that's good enough. If all you know is the sign language alphabet,
you can spell out a word.
Still means you can spell out any word, which means if you came upon somebody who was in an emergency situation and was hard of hearing, deaf, whatever, that you could at least finger spell. And yes, is it going to take you a very long time, but can you still be of service? So here's my PSA to all the podcats listening and worldwide.
Yes.
Is just learn the ASL alphabet.
I love that.
Take the time. It will take you less than 30 minutes, I'd say. A lot of the letters look like this is C, everybody.
C.
Not throwing it. This is D. Look, it looks like a lowercase d.
E.
Look how E.
J.
It really.
But we learned it
helpful.
in elementary. Have they stopped doing that?
We didn't learn it in Catholic school in elementary.
Didn't? I definitely learned. I mean, my parents didn't teach me that. We learned that in school. Interesting. I'll have to ask my kids, see if they've learned.
Okay, yeah, do it.
Here's a question.
I don't recall.
I've wondered this my whole life.
Okay.
And we're going to get to the bottom of it today.
Sorry.
That's what we do here,
Absolutely.
is get to the bottom of things.
Absolutely.
Is sign language the same across the world?
No.
If I'm signing bean, is
No.
bean the same
No.
here? Why? Why didn't they make it all the same?
Just like we don't have a worldwide language speaking either.
But why couldn't sign language have been the worldwide language? Do you feel me?
I do, because it's called ASL for a reason.
American
Sign Language.
I just think I'm going to let whoever started this know you're probably dead. But if, if you're a ghost and you're listening, what I'm saying
You can borrow our candle.
You can borrow the
Number
candle.
one.
And what I'm saying is sign language could have been the universal language, right? If I'm saying cat, could we not have had just one sign for cat? So whether you're from France or Bangladesh or America, you do the sign and it means cat. I mean, do you see what I'm saying here?
I do see what you're saying, since it's a visual language, but it's also about reading the lips. And so we say cat, we do cat.
And you say cat.
And you say cat. So
are they watching the lips and the hands?
Yes. So they would be saying, in Spanish, would be gato. So then gato, they would say gato and still do this, but cat and gato. People who know Spanish as their first and only language don't know the English interpretation of it. But we know the Spanish interpretation because we took Spanish.
I think it's still a miss. I think it's a miss.
I don't know what to tell you.
And I'm going to have to take it up with somebody because I just think that it could have been an opportunity to say.
But we don't all use the same letters.
I get that. Now, the spelling of things I do get.
So that's what it all comes back to. So like the Chinese letters, and they have however many in their alphabet.
Why does the Chinese sign for cat?
I don't know what it is. But
you don't know that off the top of your head?
I feel nervous again. I'm back in third grade at the spring musical.
Do the Chinese symbol for cat. No.
I don't know. But they have their own language. So if they're going to be mouthing it at the same time, then it wouldn't make sense. I guess.
Well, the point is.
I think about this all the time. I think about the fact that if I'm at Azteca.
Yes. Which you will be tomorrow.
Yeah, obviously. And they're, the mariachi band comes in and there's a table that requests a song in Spanish.
Yes. Okay.
And the mariachi is singing it in Spanish. All the Spanish people, if they don't know English as a second language, let's say. They understand Spanish to Spanish.
Yeah, they understand the song.
Right. But I'm like, oh, that must be so enjoyable because as I'm listening, I'm trying to convert it to English.
That's right. So now when it's English, they're doing what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
but some people don't ever learn a second language and they just get to know what they hear.
It's crazy.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying.
And then I just and I know English, but I'm still trying to do these other languages.
It's weird to me to think about languages. It
yes, me too.
Because if I hear German, let's say, I'd say that's a pretty complex language.
Yes.
Don't know really any German. I don't think I know any German.
I think my brother's fluent in it.
No way.
I think he's fluent in 5 languages.
Wow. That's
He's
military
very smart.
education.
You got it.
But when I hear that, it is meaningless to me.
Because
I
can't even convert a single word.
It's just sounds coming out of someone's mouth. And it's crazy to think that someone can hear English and it's just sounds to them.
Yes. Yes.
It's weird.
That is weird to me.
Right?
To think
It's like putting ourselves in people's shoes.
Yeah.
All around the world.
Which you've been to most of it.
I have. and boy, do I try. I try when we do visit places to, little things here and there, but I'm no bueno
Yeah.
at the languages.
But you can find the gatos wherever you are.
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so you got up, you sang.
I told them bailar, but I had a longer sentence than, but now
Bailamos, let the rhythm take you over.
Bailamos, no quiera, no perdido. And all I do is actually name things off the Taco Bell menu. Like, no gordito, no crunch wrap, bailamos. Let the rhythm take you over, bailamos. Man, Ricky Martin was so good back in the day.
That was Enrique.
Oh, that was Enrique Iglesias.
Now, Ricky Martin was great, but when
great.
Enrique got rid of that mole, everything changed. He lasered his mole off, you guy.
What?
He lasered his mole off.
Finally, no, I heard you.
And when he did that,
I heard you.
it changed his career, is what I'm saying. The magic was in the mole. If you don't believe me, I want you to go back. Go to his Wikipedia page. Look at it. Look at the songs he was singing, the awards music shows. He was doing it all, right? He was at peak.
Yeah.
And then he thought, I've gotten too big for my mole. So he lasered off the big mole, and then the career tanked. There was magic in the mole. I'm telling you,
it's the Jennifer Grey nose. There was
is
magic in the nose.
In the nose. Some of these celebs, they
don't do it.
Those little quirks, those imperfections, some might say, are what make you you. It's what makes you maybe even relatable.
Yeah.
It's the Edgar Allan Poe, The Girl with the Birthmark. You know that poem?
No.
The train. The ghost train just went by.
The ghost train knows, and Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe, quote the Raven, nevermore. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, there's a spirit in here.
Yeah, I bet.
And it's the spirit of Enrique's mole. In this room. It is. It is. Bailamos. Okay, so you sing.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace to Enrique Iglesias' mole.
And the creator of sign language. Okay.
I'll dig more into that. So we sang I Want to Dance with Somebody.
And I saw
the house down.
I saw this video.
I worked it.
You did. You were dancing. You were shimmying.
I was going into the crowd. I was dancing with people.
Yes.
I was seducing Joshua.
Yes.
I was doing the most. But you know what I did?
What?
To circle it back.
What did you do?
I grabbed my mom. And I said, come up and sing with us. And I told my sister beforehand, I said, I'm going to get mom to sing with us because I feel really bad. When I was a kid, I would tell her not to sing in church. And that's really, really mean of me. And she was just like, yeah, I know. Like, I don't know what she said. She might have said something like, I probably told her it too or whatever.
Yeah. But Jackie was just like, okay.
Yeah, she was just like, okay, bring her up. Like, do whatever you want. Like, this is our song.
Oh.
And so I went into the crowd and my mom's like, no. And I put the microphone in her mouth and I'm like, sing, you can sing, you know the words. And so she sang for a little bit and then danced off or whatever. But that was my way of being like, Mom, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that. Thank you for making me go finish my 3rd grade performance, I guess. I hadn't even really thought about that till Lauren Pruitt texted or DM'd it to us. And then it sparked all these memories. So it's all this singing, mom, singing, microphones, performances. And now I'm ready to say, like everything else, I'm over it.
You're over it. You're healed. The train is coming. I hear the train a coming. It's coming round the bend.
I know this.
Come on, get rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get rhythm. Is that Johnny Cash? Somebody?
Is it Chasing My Blues Away?
Could
Is
be.
it the same song?
Could
I don't
be.
know.
Can people hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Are y'all hearing this? I'm going to turn. That's good.
Should I be moving it down every time I cough?
No, don't do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
God, no. Don't add one more thing. One more thing I got to figure out when I'm editing this crap. I can't. I refuse.
She started to, when I pull my tissue out of my bra, she just stops talking.
Yeah.
Lets me blow and then moves on. The
Yeah.
YouTubers know because
The
they see
YouTubers
it. We're
know.
not cutting that out.
I'm not cutting it out of the tubes. And so you're seeing the boob tubes, boob tissue on the YouTubes, and I just can't do it. I don't have it in me.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. I would never ask you to do that much work. You already
know.
do enough.
Yeah.
Enough.
Enough, Taylor Armstrong. Well, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Was Josh proud? Was he like shocked by this changing inside of you?
I think that he was because he goes to watch that band in live karaoke on Thursday nights at Bradshaw's.
Yeah.
And he's always like, you want to come? You want to come? You want to come? And it's not so I can sing, but it's just more like to
Yeah.
watch it because it is fun. But I'm usually like, no. Like, you guys just go and do that thing. It's usually like him, Mikey's from work.
Do I need to hire this band?
Absolutely.
For my next shindig.
Absolutely.
For my
I can tell you-
Olympics party.
I can tell you what they cost.
Okay, off the record.
Yeah, off the record. I'll
Tell me what they cost. You know, listen, we do an Olympics party every 4 years. We have been known to dabble a Winter Olympics in there, but definitely summer. Definitely summer is happening every time, every 4 years.
I don't know why people don't watch you talk. I don't know why everyone hasn't just carved out an hour and a half of their time every week to watch the YouTube, just to watch her talk, to watch her facial expressions, her hands, her eyes, everything. Y'all, she is working so hard over here.
I am.
To give you face.
I am freeing people from their chains, from their bonds of fear of singing. I am serving up so much on this podcast.
If I knew which
every
one
week.
was another one, I'd be pressing it.
Another one.
I'm giving you hot fire tips.
You're giving great hair. Your braids look cute.
I'm masking on the Instagram page
Another
for
one.
people to see the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
How much more? And let me tell you what else I'm doing.
Tell us.
Investigative work to get to the bottom of the
Another one.
cinnamon broom.
There it is.
What did I say? I said this is a podcast that gets to the bottom of things. Right? I did say it. And it does happen every single week. We either have more questions than when we started, or we do get to the bottom of things.
But we'll eventually get to the bottom of it. And what we did, because today she had to use her little monocle, and she said, I need to know, when did the cinnamon broom come into your life?
And so I did my best to comb through the annals of her Instagram feed.
God bless you. You were on a ride.
I was on a ride,
You were on a
going
ride.
through and taking screen grabs. Okay, so it was here, but what's this piece of wood? There's a log, but it's not the broom.
Yep.
But then the broom got moved to where the log is. So I'm really trying. I'm the lady with the numbers and the pie charts and all the things. And so I think I've gotten to the bottom of it, right? Which was, this appeared sometime between November 1st and today. This is when the cinnamon broom
And she's
appeared.
like, how can your brain not recall
The last
just
2
last 2 months of your life?
Yes.
Come on, Miranda.
I'm like, you can do this. Like, because what I thought is, if she knows it was in the last 2 months, then she'll say, okay, let me sit down and really go
it could
through
be on a fetch receipt.
Right. It could.
But no.
But so then she gets her monocle out and her detective cap. And she, we used to do that as kids.
Yeah, we did too.
God, I'm still
My
so
dad-
sore.
My dad can't do it. He doesn't have the dexterity. That's the screen grab.
That's it.
Hold on.
Yeah, let's hold it.
Let's at least push our chins out a little. So there we go.
Wow, we're really cute. Look forward to that, YouTube.
Yep.
And so she starts to really dig on her camera roll on her
Because
phone.
you can search fireplace.
Yes.
So I searched
And all of
fireplace.
these photos are not on her Instagram. This is like her private collection of photos.
And the reason I take so many pictures of our fireplace, mantle, TV area, mantle, MANTEL, TV area, because I'm always filming
Yep.
for grammar housewives.
Yes, you are.
So when I do my little grammar stories, a lot of times I'm using housewives as an example because they're so dumb.
Yeah.
And so I don't mean that some of them are very smart, you guys.
Yeah.
But, you know
like
what I'm
Crystal
saying.
said. Crystal said to them,
they're dumb.
they're uneducated.
Yeah, they're uneducated is what it is. And just a lot of housewives really love to try to do so-and-so and I's because they think it sounds really smart because they're not saying me and her.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Eyes.
Anyway, eyes is never a word. Ever. Never. Never.
Never going to be eyes.
Never going to be. I apostrophe S.
Yeah.
Just strike it.
Miranda and Eyes podcast. Strike it. Strike it for the record.
Strike it.
Matt,
strike it.
let people know eyes is never going to be a word. Okay?
Okay. Thank you. So I use it. So I'm always recording my fireplace.
Yes.
Now, why am I not deleting these?
Well,
I don't know. I don't know.
Why are you not, insert thing here? I mean, there's
you're
many things.
You're right.
And
you're
same
right.
for me.
Yeah, no.
Why are we? I have 101,000 photos on my phone, so
it's a problem.
It's a problem.
And I need to be deleting these things. But we do fires all the time.
But I'm so thankful that you have the clues.
We do. I decorate my mantle for nearly every holiday, so then I take pictures of the mantle. The girls like to sit in front, and then my cats are doing cute things in front of the fireplace.
Of course.
I just have a lot of fireplace content.
A cat in front of a fireplace. I mean, you could make a YouTube channel adjust to that. People would subscribe to that just to turn it on for 8 hours and watch your cat.
Yeah, more than they would ever subscribe to our podcast.
100%. Yeah. And maybe that's our new business.
Maybe that's
idea.
it. All right, so let's just end the podcast and go to cat
to be continued.
Content. Bye. And so I have a lot of them. So I was able to go back just in searching fireplace. I was able to go back through, and what I discovered,
you guy,
is that the cinnamon broom, was bought the Christmas holiday season of 2021.
I mean,
2021 because
over 3 years ago.
Because I believe when I went to 2020, right?
Yeah, you looked at 2020.
When I went to 2020 and I looked at my holiday mantelscape, the cinnamon broom is not there. And again, the cinnamon broom was only moved to the other side of the white cabinet recently when he was doing his batteries.
That's right.
Then it moved back over.
That's right.
Now the wood that was leaning against it, we'll come back to the cinnamon broom.
Okay.
Because I know this is really, really riveting content for you guys.
But what's with the driftwood? What's that about?
We got that when we went to the national park that is not Glacier that we went to, that is not Yosemite, that is Yellowstone.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you. We went to Yellowstone 2 road trips ago, and we went to what's called Yellowstone Lake, which is this massive lake in the middle of Yellowstone.
Yes.
And there was a piece of driftwood that had drifted, shocker, up onto the rocks. It's not sand, it's rocks right there.
Yeah.
And it had drifted up, and it was just like kind of sitting there rotting away. I don't know.
That lake is so big, it's like waves.
It's humongous.
It's crazy.
And
I couldn't believe it when we saw it.
This gives some defense to Sarah Sheeler saying that Lake Michigan can be considered somewhat
but people
of an
call
ocean.
it a beach.
I know they call it a beach.
They call it a
it
beach.
has waves and sand. And then we saw there are some instances where you can see that could be confusing for people.
Well,
and not as confusing as y'all make Alaska, but whatever. So we're at Yellowstone, so we see the driftwood, and we're like, oh, this would be a good memento to take back from our trip. And so we put that piece of driftwood. Now, when we are talking in our 4Runner with no trailer, no extra cab, no nothing, and every inch in that trunk is perfectly planned out by me of what will go in there, and we move that driftwood 100 times in the back of our vehicle over the next span of like the week and a half or whatever we had left to get home. And by the end of it, I was like, we really had to bring this driftwood home, didn't we, babe?
It's like the bag of bags in your storage.
Takes up about the same amount of room, about the same amount, but also just as sentimental.
Yes.
So we brought it home, and Joshua ended up. So we were like, "What are we going to do with it?" We thought for a minute we might nail it, not to the crucifix, but nail it to our gallery wall.
Yes, I think that would look cool.
there. But instead, Joshua drilled out 5 holes, and we put tea lights, and now it's the centerpiece of our table.
Oh my gosh!
I've been meaning to share that. He did it a week ago or so.
Yes, you need to share that.
I will share it. It looks beautiful, and it's so pretty, and it's right there.
And it's sentimental.
And it's sentimental.
I love that.
And it can go with us anywhere.
Okay.
So anyway.
Well, this log was fooling me in many of these photos.
I know.
I had to do a lot of zooming, forward, back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're Miranda on a veranda. Your booty's shaking to the left, to the
Yeah,
right.
it was.
I'm like,
Meghan Trainor.
I'm zooming in. I'm saying, is that the broom? Is it the driftwood? Well, then this hoe comes in and says, no, it was boughten, as Teresa would say.
Boughten.
It was boughten in 2021.
It was in the holiday season. And so
Dana, who works at Harris Teeter Corporate,
is
going to do some digging.
And see if they sold cinnamon brooms that year.
Yes, number one, did they sell cinnamon brooms?
Because I still don't even know if that's where I bought it. I'm just guessing. At this point, I'm guessing. Then someone threw me off a little bit and said, I get mine at Trader Joe's every year. I could see me getting it at Trader Joe's.
I could see you doing that at a Trader Joe's.
I could see it. You guys, it's like.
Have you gone in your messages and just typed cinnamon?
No.
I wonder if you would have
texted.
If you were excited about it, maybe you texted somebody. I bought it.
I didn't even know I owned it for the longest time. I didn't even know until we talked about it, and I went home and I had to send you the video and say, hey, guess what? Guess what? Apparently, I'm a connoisseur of cinnamon brooms. This is news to me, too. So who the hell would I have texted? I'm so excited. I got a cinnamon broom. Didn't even know I owned one. 3 years later.
We're on the podcast like dogging people that buy cinnamon.
Literally. Another person then DM'd us and was like, okay, after the 4th episode of y'all talking about cinnamon brooms, so this is now the 5th, I guess. Sorry. After the 4th episode of y'all mentioning cinnamon brooms, it took me back to a time when I used to sell at this Southern Women's Christmas show, and my booth was next to the cinnamon broom booth, and I had to watch people flock to their booth.
It is a lifestyle.
And apparently I'm in the lifestyle.
This is what we're trying to say. I want you to search cinnamon in your messages. I think maybe you would have been excited, even if you just texted your mom. No. Your mom never chimed in and said, oh, it was me. I bought it for you.
No. And my mom is not going to be excited about a cinnamon broom enough for me to text her about it.
She's not?
No.
I feel like Mary would be excited about that.
No, but if I accidentally did something wrong with it, she would beat me with it and tell me to learn a teachable moment.
Yes, she would. Yes, she would. And you know what? You turned out great.
Yeah.
And so anything that Mary did
was not for nothing.
And maybe was a really great thing.
It was a teachable moment.
Wow. So we are getting to the bottom of that. And I do want to give a shout out to Harris Teeter Corporate.
Yeah.
Because
why?
Years ago, we needed Tristan's lammy. Do you remember this?
No.
Okay. Tristan had a lammy, and I had gotten this for him, let's say, when he was 2, in his Easter basket. And so it's this lammy. It's pretty sizable, but he would use it as like a little pillow. I just thought it was like going to be a cute little stuffy, but this was his lammy, right?
It was his, what do they call them?
Lovey.
Yeah.
Yeah. He took it everywhere.
It's your special object.
It's his comfort item, right?
Yeah,
He took it everywhere. This thing was ratchet, right? It was dirty. Well, we had I believe we had a moment where it went missing for a beat, and then it found its way back to us. But I said to myself, self, you should get a backup. I had
absolutely
plenty of backups for Tinsley's bunny because I knew where it was from. It's from Bunnies by the Bay. You could order it from anywhere. Easy breezy. Had a little stash. But for Lammy, I thought, I got this at Harris Teeter.
Oh.
I got this at the Harris Teeter checkout where they put the seasonal stuff.
And was it next to a cinnamon broom? Tell me yes or no.
It may have been 2014. 2014. So I said, oh, no. So I'm trying to do – now, listen.
I can't watch you. I can't watch you. The animation today is on another level. On another level.
Another one. So I say, so y'all, this is still, the Google image search is not what it is today.
No.
Okay.
No.
I could do a little bit of Googling trying to find it, but I had cut that tag off of there.
So
I
that
didn't
he
know
wouldn't
the brand.
suck on it or something.
I don't like dirty tags. It's gross.
Yeah, it's so gross.
Get your dirty tags out of here.
Ugh.
So
when things were popular, remember when the squares were popular and it was the little loops of tags along the edges?
No, I don't like that.
And kids would be...
No, it's like 200 tags.
You know that I can't even stand saliva.
You don't like saliva. It's so gross to me. I do not like... It's like a Band-Aid in a pool. So gross.
So gross.
Like cut the tags off your children's
Yes.
stuffies, but please
Okay.
take a picture of the tag before you do it is what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
So-
or text your friend
Yeah.
tag so that you can search it
Yeah,
sometime.
you can search it in your messages later. Okay? But don't lose your phone. If you lose your phone, don't put a passcode on your phone so someone can open your phone a la Greenbrier and get it back to you. We're full of tips and we're getting to the bottom of things today.
That's the title. The title's getting to the bottom of it.
So the point is, I put out a 911, even though it wasn't a 911, but it did feel urgent to me.
Yeah, yes. Every parent can relate to this.
Right. So I put this out on Facebook and just say, does anyone know where I could get this? What brand is this? Is it Aurora? Is it one of these, companies?
Yeah.
Well, a friend of mine, Elizabeth, worked for Harris Teeter Corporate.
Okay.
I had put the detail in there and said, I know I got it at the checkout at Harris Teeter. Well, sure enough, she gets in touch. And this was 2 years prior. She gets in touch with them.
Mm-hmm.
They dig in the back of their warehouse
Amazing.
and find, I think.
Right here in Matthews,
Yes,
probably right
yes,
down the
right
road.
here. And I think they found 2 of them.
No
and
way.
Elizabeth got them to me.
That's amazing.
Can you even?
And that's why they are our grocery store
Harris
of
Teeter
choice.
is the best.
Truly the best. Deanna's out there trying to find a cinnamon broom on my Vic card.
From 20,
literally.
21.
Yes.
I
And
mean-
that's just a next level of service. And they brought the cookies back.
Oh, which ones? The cake cookies?
The
Which cookie?
free cookies.
That's
Harry,
right.
the dragon, free cookies at Harris Teeter are back.
I saw. Did you post about that?
I sure did.
Did you
If
post
their
about that?
Pastor Mike would be so thrilled.
Teeter, cookies! Okay, so these disappeared during COVID,
They sure did.
which, I get it, the germ swap,
Sure,
whatever.
touching it in and all that.
I don't care, but
I don't
some
care.
people did. Okay. Anyway, the cookies are back, and it's very sweet. And what did you say? You posted something that an older worker put it in someone's online order or something like that.
Yes. Okay, someone DM'd us, us, I don't know who. It's giving me the itches just trying to think.
I know, trying to remember.
I know, trying to remember. But somebody was like, I did an online order and I've been using the same person at Harris Teeter all these years
Yeah.
who's my liaison, I guess. I don't know. I've never ordered groceries online. That's another thing I've never done. Remember we were going to do an episode on things that I've never done? I've never ordered groceries online. I've never done an Instacart or a pickup or
That
a
is
drive-through or anything.
Shocking.
Never. I love to go into the grocery store.
I don't mind the grocery store, but I did a humongous Harris Teeter order the other day. Here's why I like it, and I think
I know.
and here's why I think you would like it.
I know.
And probably a lot of you podcats do the same thing.
Yep.
Is that you say to yourself, I've saved this recipe. I've saved this on Instagram. I want to make this. I want to do that. And I've been doing this the past couple of weeks. I've been saving a lot of recipes. Well, the only way for me to really wrap my mind around what do I need, what is
Yes.
in my pantry, what's
Yes.
not in my fridge,
Yeah.
is to sit down at the computer and boom, 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 go through that list, order the things, and then I know I've done it. If you just catch me in that grocery store,
Yeah.
just wandering around looking
Willy-nilly.
like John Travolta in Pulp Fiction, it's me. That's me. And I come home and I don't have half the things I need, and it's
That's why I'm there every day.
but that you don't have to live this way.
I don't know any other way.
Well, I wonder what you're doing all day, and you're at freaking Harris Teeter. I never know. I literally am like, what is she doing?
You should have a camera on me at all time.
I need a camera. You won't let anyone follow you
Mm-mm.
on your maps.
Nope. No one ever knows where I am intentionally.
Have you told the people this? That you don't follow your kids don't follow you. Nobody knows where you are.
Another thing I never do. We could save it for an episode
All right,
about nevers.
We're gonna.
Or you could just blow all of the
Okay. We're gonna do a Never Have I Ever on a different episode, but
Never Have I Ever.
That's a little teaser for you.
Yeah, a little teaser, a little appetizer. So you got Lammy's. The free cookies are back. Someone DM'd us saying, I've had the same liaison at Harris Teeter who packs my online orders every time. And so they know how many kids I have and
Yes.
everything.
It's so
and so
sweet.
they even remembered to put the free cookies in there and like even wrote a little note like, here's for such and such or whatever. I was like, wow, that's another level.
It's another level. I can't wait to go back in store and get some cookies for Lachlan.
Oh,
You know,
yes. I'm sure he's going to be delighted.
he will be delighted that kid has a sweet tooth. My
Yeah.
God.
One cookie each person.
One cookie each.
Yeah, one cookie each person.
Oh,
is what- what it says, but how many does Lachlan usually get?
You're trying to say to me my kid has more than one? Absolutely not.
Well, you said I can't wait to get cookies for Lachlan, and my guess was
Cookies means multiple trips.
Okay.
Multiple
I was
trips.
just curious how much he was
you know,
swindling you for.
If he wanted more, we would just buy a pack of cookies.
Yeah.
But I am not going to break that rule.
No.
No.
Rules, well, but Matt likes to break
Matt
rules.
would, but I don't even think he'd
Not
break
even
that.
for a cookie.
I don't think he'd do it for
not
a
for
cookie.
that
He
one.
would go just buy the pack of cookies.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just wondering how much Lachlan was swindling y'all for. If y'all were together, but then like Matt's like, oh, I gotta go get this, and he's like, Mom, can I have a cookie?
Oh, well, that's
and
true.
Then Matt,
Yeah.
Because he can play that.
For sure.
He can play that.
He did. Well, you get dum-dums when you go to Sport Clips to get your hair done.
Why? Oh, dum-dums. Got it.
Yeah, not dum-dums like the Instagram people, but actual physical stick it in your mouth dum-dums.
Yeah.
And he does bamboozle them out of 2.
Oh, yeah.
Every time because he always has a stuffy with him.
Yep.
And so he says, well, one is for my bee.
Mhm.
And these ladies, they can't say no.
No, you can't. That's what I'm saying. I know Lachlan.
Yeah,
I know his cuteness. I know his games. So I'm curious what he's swindling these people out of. And if Harris Teeter's just like, here, just take the whole thing. Like they literally take the little plastic thing off of Harry the dragon and are like, just take this home. We have more plastic things.
You're so right.
Because it's Lachlan.
It's Lachlan. It's the
Lachlan.
life of Lachlan.
It is. It's a good gig.
Much like the life of Riley. Speaking of,
I don't know what that is.
Inside Out 2 is coming, and we will be there
Ooh.
on opening night.
Absolutely.
Crying, sobbing, screaming, crying, throwing up.
Yeah, physically shaking, probably.
So, know that.
One of our favorite movies of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah.
I will cry every time.
Single time. Y'all already know. Bing bong.
Yeah, the bing bong of it all.
We've done that.
Yeah.
Should we end on sad bing bong?
Every time
We keep
lately.
trying. And we would never doing that. We literally could have just ended it with the plastic cookies and go, that's Lachlan. He's a cutie. He can do it.
But my mind, it went to Life of Riley, and then I thought of Riley, and I thought of Inside Out, and then sadness. Here's something cute.
I think of joy.
Here's something cute about it. My kids have been watching The Office.
Are they into The Office now?
My big kids are watching The Office. They finally get it.
Yes.
They get the humor.
Yes.
And so, it's interesting. I love rewatching The Office. And
Yes,
so,
same.
different characters, they kind of begin to ramp up as you get into the seasons.
Yes.
And so Phyllis
yes.
has just now started to have more lines and where you can really hear her voice.
Yeah.
And 2 nights ago, she had like a whole thing where she was talking, and Tristan looked at me and goes, is that sadness?
He could tell.
He could tell.
And
I was like, it is sadness.
And you know why Phyllis didn't have a lot at the beginning is because she was a casting agent. Phyllis is in the casting rooms. Like Phyllis has cast people on your favorite shows for years and years and years.
Did not know this.
Yeah. She is good at spotting talent and putting them in the exact right roles.
So she was just there to be a fill-in office person.
Yeah, she was casting people, and then they just couldn't find the right Phyllis.
It clicked.
And it was her. They were like, it's you. She's like, no.
They're like, no, you're Phyllis. I can't imagine anybody else,
No one else.
in her role.
I mean, the perfect person to play off Stanley, too. Like, their relationship is so good.
So good.
And so, yeah, they cast Phyllis.
Wow.
And so that's why at the beginning, they're like, how much are we really going to give her?
Yeah, there's not much.
Because is she going to be a character that's going to really stand alone? Or are we going to phase her out like we kind of did the weird reception?
Yeah,
like all that sort of stuff. And so they ended up obviously keeping her, and she was a star. A star is born.
I feel like when Bob Vance comes along,
Yeah.
that's when she really starts.
They gave her a love interest. She had her wedding.
Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration.
Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration.
My kids thought that was so funny.
They love that.
Anyway, so it's just such a delight to be able to now be kind of in
I
that
remember
phase with my kids.
I remember that phase. Bella came home from Piedmont Middle, and Mr. Chambrone, one of her favorite teachers of all time, I believe it was Mr. Chambrone who introduced the class to The Office and was just like, this is my favorite show. We're going to watch a couple episodes. Somehow he related it back to whatever the subject was. And then Bella came home and said, oh, I watched this show called The Office. I was like, oh, you did? Does that mean we can finally do it? Like, I didn't know when we're supposed to produce it.
I know.
Like, you just don't know. It's not like it's like super adult.
No,
mature.
there's not. And there's really not anything super raunchy. And I'll say this,
No.
anything that maybe could be a little questionable goes right over my kids' heads.
Yeah,
they have no idea.
It either goes over their heads or they've already heard. So
Yeah.
either way, it's like, okay, we're fine.
No.
But I just was so excited that Mr. Chamberlain opened the door and that she found it funny.
Yes.
Because I'm like, you know how kids are. If I were to introduce it to her and be like, you have to watch The Office. It's your dad's and my.
Not eyes?
No.
Dad and eyes?
No, it's dad's and my. Your dad's favorite show and my favorite show.
If we were to split it into two sentences.
That's it. That's how you do it.
Your dad's and my favorite show.
Exactly. And you always end with a personal pronoun.
Love that.
So it's never dad and I's. So I if I would have said that to her, like, and I want you to sit down and watch it, there might have been a little too much like, this is my parents' favorite show. Like, am I ever gonna like it?
Yes.
That sounded like Kristin Cavallari.
It sure did. It's giving. Feel the rain on your skin.
No one else can feel. Okay.
It for you.
So I was so glad it was a teacher who kind of did it, and then she could come home and tell us. And then we were like, the gates are open,
yes.
and we've just plowed through it so many times, over and over and over and over and over.
But I'm excited. First time podcasting.
I got so excited. So excited just retelling it, and I'm so thrilled that they're watching it because now my kids can talk to your kids about it.
I know. That's one of the tippy top things in my brain. Like now they can laugh with the Miller girls about it, or even.
Love it.
I mean, Matt and I say things throughout our days, like little things that Michael would say or whatever, like "swing low, sweet chariot."
Yes.
Like that's coming from The Office.
Or when they get to this,
yes, the guns.
they're gonna know Savannah. There's a murder in Savannah. They're gonna know it all.
So we are tickled and thrilled, and that's how you end on a high note because we're professionals. See you next time, podcATTS.
Bye.